So I just came to this kind of sudden realization, or not a sudden realization, something that I'm constantly thinking about, I'm constantly feeling, but it just hit me with good words to use to what I'm going through right now. And I know others experience, and this is the point where most people fail, where I have always failed in the past. I feel maybe that's why I know it's different this time. I'm going to stick to it. When you start learning about fruitarianism, it's really hard to get to that point where you can eat fruit only. Cutting out the gluten, cutting out the meat, cutting out the dairy, and just going on full on fruit because you dabble with salads a little bit and you try to be all fancy. Eating as many vegetables as possible, and then you get to the idea that, okay, you can eat fruit, 100% you can eat fruit, and it's actually good for you. It's actually nutritious, right? So you do that. You drop your belief. You drop your belief that fruitarianism doesn't work. You adapt the idea that it does. Then taking action is the next step. Trying to eat all fruit, being, having get-togethers, trying to do dinner for 4 other people and 5 other people. You get lost in food. So sometimes you can't eat fruit, or it's a good excuse not to, right? I am past the point where I want no excuses. There's no excuses. I just need to eat full-on fruit. I've been there. I've been leading up to it. I was eating whatever. I was all fruitarianism. Then winter came. Events come up, family get-togethers, and you're like, whatever, Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat whatever. And then you get back into the cycle of eating the normal, sad, standard American diet. And it just, it's hard to stay with it. So I started staying with it, right? The past week, I'm like, okay, gotta stop messing around because I started experiencing some pain. I could feel my lymph backing up. I could feel my lymph, giving me problems, problems with my knees, problems sleeping. And then when I get to a point, I start realizing, oh my God, I'm depressed right now. Shit, I gotta snap back into reality. Why am I depressed? And then you realize, once you start incorporating fruit back into your diet, you choose, I'm gonna try doing that again because I'm not feeling good. You start realizing, oh my God, fruit makes me happy. It affects your adrenals so much. If your adrenals aren't working because backed up lymph, your emotions are down. You're depressed. So I'm at the point, I think this is the point where it's different. I'm like, there's no more messing around. Obviously, I am causing my body harm. I'm causing myself emotional harm. It's affecting others around me. It's causing physical pain in my body. I just need to detox. So there's no going back right now. Gotta get some more fruit. So, anyways, look at my face right now. I mean, I'm covered up with makeup and you can barely tell. I have huge breakouts right now. And why? Healing crisis. I'm moving lymph. I'm getting the toxins out of my body and it's coming through my skin, which is your 3rd kidney. Many people don't know you have 1, 2, 3 kidneys. It's another way that lymph moves out of your body. Lymph moves all throughout your body, from your everything, organs to your brain, your immune system. It is your immune system, the lymphatic system. But it's worse when you're eating bad, when you're eating meat, dairy, greens, vegetables, and little fruit. Oh, I'm not breaking out. That's weird. You know why? Is because it's blocked. It's blocked in your lymphatic system. Like, it is cut off, it is not flowing, you're not filtering through your kidneys, and you can tell by peeing in a jar, seeing sediment on the bottom. I know it's gross and it's weird, but that's how you know your kidneys are filtering. It's so important to keep that lymph moving. That's how it exits your body, the lymphatic system. You know, if you're not filtering, it's blocked. You can tell. So if I didn't have acne and if that was set back, or if it was really flaring up, you know, or I have psoriasis spots, I've had them all my life. There'll be little spots on a dry patch of skin. You know, I've had it here, there, on my shoulders, and the past 2 years it's been popping up. And when I really have a bad reaction to what I'm eating, it flares up. It's horrible. It itches, it burns, it's uncomfortable, and it looks horrible. But now I'm detoxing my body. It's called the healing crisis. When the acid starts moving, it shows you where you have pain, what you need to work on. My skin is part of the lymphatic system. It's a huge part. And you see the ring around the color of my eye. Most people have that, where it's a dark ring around the color, around the iris. And that is, in iridology, your skin. Most people have problems with their skin. You know, psoriasis, acne, dry skin. It's backed up acid in your body. Eating fruit, if you didn't know this, I'm like talking about where I am. I'm talking about fruitarianism in general, because a lot of people don't know what it is. I know a lot of people think I'm freaking crazy when I mention, oh, all fruit diet. They're like, oh, well, how do you get your protein? And you just laugh because you're like, it's so horrible. People don't know that you're killing yourselves with protein. We're not meant for that. Chemically, we are most like what? Monkeys, the primates. What do they eat? Fruit. That's our makeup. I'm at that point where I've given up before, or I've gone full-fledged before, actually, at this point. This is kind of like the turning point. If you're going to try to attempt fruitarianism, or if you're going to go back to the standard American diet. I've gone both ways before, but I felt healed before. I didn't have pain. My acne disappeared after a big flare-up like it is right now. Going full fruitarian, getting rid of the acids in my body. I've been past all that and flying high on fruit. Feeling good. You feel so good when you're at that point. I know I'm not at that point. I know I'm getting there, though. I know I can do this. I can't stop, because just seeing the problems flare up, reveal themselves as you're detoxifying your body, it can be a rough go, but when you're experiencing that healing, you're experiencing things show up, it's good. You want to see that. You want to see your body healing itself. Oof. Sometimes it hurts. My kidneys hurt right now. Like, my back hurts. Picking up my kids hurts. But I know it's worth it, because I know my body's working on moving that lymph. And that reminds me, the last time I did this, when I went full fruitarian, the last time, my kidneys hurt for like a week. Like, I was like, I remember complaining to my husband, like, oh my God, my kidneys hurt. Like, my back hurts. I never experienced back pain. That's not one of my problems when I have backed up lymph. And you know what? I want to talk to you on another point I haven't mentioned yet. My grandmother had Huntington's chorea disease. My father, he has his mother's genes, and you are actually most likely to have your mother's lymphatic system genes over your father's. So it's likely that he has this gene, and it's likely that I have it as well in my children. And if you're backed up in lymph, he's experiencing all the symptoms that my grandmother died of. The memory loss, muscle atrophy, like twitches, all of that. All of that has to do with the lymphatic system, if you can believe it or not. And my dad is getting these symptoms. And he swears he has Huntington's chorea. And for a while, I was following the allopathic practice research saying that he likely wouldn't have it. But he could be having this because he has the genetic makeup of it. And this is according to Dr. Morse, Robert Morse, ND's medical research that he's done over, 40, 50 plus years, something like that. Sorry if I'm giving you a couple years. I think it's 45 he's mentioned. But seriously. Okay, so really all I'm trying to say is I am not there yet. I am having trouble even cutting out coffee right now, right? I tried not drinking coffee today. And oh my goodness. And I have it regular cream and sugar. And I hate that I've been using milk and sugar because I know how horrible those things are. And I was able to cut them out completely before. And then I didn't have enough one week for almond milk. I was budgeting tight on food. And then the week after that, I ran out of my honey that I was using, almond milk and honey, to have a little bit of tea in the morning. And then ran out of both those, and I couldn't give up coffee because, you're addicted to that caffeine. You need it. Oh, and yeah, so I was using milk and sugar, and I just can't afford to get almond milk and honey right now, so I just keep drinking it that way. And I know it's been so horrible for me. Like, I feel so much guilt when I have it that way because I know how bad it is. But I was kind of like, whatever, there's a point where if you can't do anything about it, what do you do? And I would just continue that way. But now I'm to the point where I just know how bad it is for me. And like I was mentioning with my dad with Huntington's, my grandmother with the Huntington's gene, that genetic makeup in my cellular DNA, I don't want to go that way. I do not want to go that way. It's horrible. It's painful. It's painful for the people around you for years just to watch you deteriorate and die young. It's horrible. Nobody wants that, right? I don't want to put my loved ones through that. I need to take care of myself. I can't do that to my loved ones. I can't do that to my kids, to my husband, to have to take care of me like a baby, to feed me by the time I'm like 30. I don't want that. And I have all of the problems in my body. You can tell what parts of the lymphatic system they are in. And if I keep going the way I'm going, I'm going to have Huntington's chorea disease. They just slap on a name, but all it is those systems those specific systems being affected, giving you the symptoms of what Huntington's chorea is. If I keep going the way I'm going, my symptoms are going to get worse and worse and worse. They're going to go all the way up to full-fledged Huntington's chorea. I don't want that. Right? I got to do this. There's just no going around it. Like, this is the reality we are in. And it's freaking drastic. Nobody fucking realizes what the fuck's going on. Excuse my French, but seriously. Like, I feel so sad for the people around me who just don't have this knowledge, who are basically giving themselves a horrible, painful death sentence some way Your loved ones, the people you love, my mother, my husband, even my children. You know, I wish I knew about fruitarianism before I was a mother. I really do. If I could go back and change that, I would. But you know what? Maybe that's why I'm here, to warn you guys. You don't want to die a horrible, painful death or something, you know? You want to be living a healthy, happy life because you feel that health when you get to a certain point. You feel it. You know this is working. So I hope you have fun watching about this progress through fruitarianism. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a little like, subscribe. There'll be more videos like this. I'm going to be getting a certificate at the International School of Detoxification under Dr. Robert Norris, ND. So I'm really excited about that, to be helping other people. And I figured, why the heck not share what part of the journey I am in. There's no shame in the beginning part. Nobody talks about the beginning part. Right, Connor?
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it. So this is my little buddy. My first baby.